Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. It is time for tea. Tea and a bit of sculpting. Good morning to you. All right. So, tonight we're going to be working on the dragon project, dragon homework. The dragon is a character I'm making for a class, and we need to finish the sculpting on the dragon. Oh, I just realized something. Oops. We need to finish the sculpting on the dragon so we can proceed with the painting lesson to teach the painting. So that's our mission. I just realized I spilt my whole cup of little glass beads. Now they're everywhere. Nice. It's 6:15 p.m. here, just after dinner time for me. Okay, so the dragon itself is in the oven. So let me grab the wing. We'll keep sculpting on the wing. And we'll pull the dragon out in probably about 10 minutes. 10 or 15. Let's get to it. That's where we left off, kind of figuring out these scales here. Hey, Atomic Ben. How you doing? Oh, doing great. Some nice weather out today. Got some outside time in. Always nice. A nice little campfire outside. Oh, really? Yeah, here it's like 50 degrees outside. Crazy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not normal for my area. Usually it's, we're deep into the very frigid winter. Definitely not normal. It was the same last winter, just really mild compared to previous winters. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. I didn't really have to shovel at all this year. Last year was mild, but we got a good heavy snow. continue this pattern here. Oh, wow. Getting snowed in a little cottage up in the mountains. Sounds pretty good to me. As long as you got enough supplies, that is. A bit of a hike, yeah. No joke. Snowmobile. Where you from again, Atomic Pen? I think in the UK. Could be wrong though. Oh, Canadian. Yeah, right. I imagine you keep your cottage stocked with firewood. Yeah. Very good, very good.
Greetings, fellow adventurer. We've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
Well, I sure do appreciate that, Scorpio Seb. Oop. Keep on keeping on, I shall. Thank you very much for supporting my work for 4 months. I need all the help I can get. Moon dust. Let's see what it says. The bridge between past and present is fragile, but the wisdom of experience guide you across with every step, a testament to your growth. May the wisdom of experience guide you across with every step, a testament to your growth. Yes. Very good. One does not simply make vials of wisdom that can only be conjured with a conjure wisdom spell. Slammed Honda. Rubbish. It's okay, we forgive you. We forgive you. Okay, let's brush these scales a bit here. Isopropyl alcohol. Okay, it's very subtly kind of rounding off the edges and smoothing things in. Gets rid of some of the harsher edges. It dissolves the clay just a little bit. In the same way water would dissolve like ceramic clay. So the dissolving combined with the brushing causes a kind of smoothing effect. Nice, Clayton. Blue. I was contemplating blue myself. Pink dragon? Oh, my daughter would love that. Pink could work. Let me go, let's grab the dragon out of the oven so it can start cooling while we continue working on this wing here. Lincoln Island. A Lincoln Island dragon. Need to put a giant crystal feather on the base. Alright, let me go grab that. I'll be right back.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Hey, welcome Raiders. A kidahoo. A kidahoo. Am I saying that right? Just grabbing this out of the oven. It is hot. Welcome in, everybody. What does a kidahoo stream? We're just kind of getting our evening started here. I'm working on a dragon sculpture. If you're new here, my name is cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures here. We do all kinds of different things. I work on mostly commissioned work. This dragon is not commissioned. It's actually part of a class that I'm teaching. So we're playing catch up on the homework for the How to Sculpt a Dragon class. We don't know English well, and it's quite late, but I really like your work. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, what's the language of choice? Not that I know many languages. All right. Let's see what we're working on the wing here of the dragon. Just detailing the wing. Russian it is. Oh yeah? I know one word. Привет. Which means hello. Oh. Long lost brothers. Sebastian. No, I don't think I ever have either. Gotta really figure out how I want to do this part here. Yeah, I have to get in touch with them about maybe making something happen. Now, is it Verko's vault? Is that what it's called? There's this fella that decided to start kind of like a museum for miniatures out in Las Vegas. It's an art museum, but more not like the fine art type stuff, but the actual, like miniature painting and stuff like that. Yeah. Sure. Is there any sort of word out on when that's gonna actually open up, or is it already open? Okay. Hey, how you doing, Baron? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, I imagine he does. Yeah. See, is this cool enough yet? Oh, no, it's still a bit warm. We'll let that keep cooling. tunes of Skyrim never get old. Just as enjoyable as the first time I heard them. I have, yeah. It's, if you can, hey, thank you, Loki. If you can use the oven, it's better, because the heat gun is very difficult to get a proper bake. So I try not to use the heat gun, but sometimes you have to, because, you know, circumstances.
Spare a coin for an old beggar.
Hey, thank you for the coins there, Atomic Ben. I appreciate that, my friend. May your generosity return to you 100-fold. The gin cam, that's right. Hey, what's up, Putin? Do it, Loki. I'm doing great. It's been a wonderful day. Get to work, Sebastian. It's not gonna paint themselves. May the winds of change blow through your airbrush. Okay, we gotta do the edge. Mau. Hello, Mau. And the other side.
Well met, loyal friend. You've made a real impact on the realm. Thank you for your contributions.
Hey, soldier dude, time goes too fast. Sure does. Especially lately. Hey, thank you so much, man. Thank you for supporting my work and sticking with me. I appreciate it. Wolfman, clean, healthy hair. When searching for something, it's important to keep an open mind and expect the unexpected. Ooh, that's a great one. Sometimes the thing you're searching for is not something you would have expected.
Good day, dear friend. Your contribution to the growth of our kingdom is invaluable. Thank you for your devotion.
Mr. Shakor, thank you so much for the 33 months, man. How you been? 33. Thank you very much for supporting my work. I do appreciate it. Elixir of life for you. Oh, I dropped it. How's the custom miniatures been going? Fumble. Yeah. Your heart holds the power to shape your destiny. Listen to its whispers, and you shall find your way. The heart can be deceiving as well, so be careful. Got an art show this weekend. Okay, that's pretty cool. Is this your first showing? Your first time kind of publicly showing your work? That's exciting. Be sure to let us know how it goes. Probably smells like dog shampoo. It probably smells like, you know, when you give your dog a bath and they smell still like wet dog. It's probably like that. Ah, yes. So clean, but It still smells. No, but the minis, yes. Okay, so first time showing your miniature artwork. But you've shown other artwork before.
Spare a coin for an old beggar.
Oh, hey. Wow. Some generosity tonight. Thank you very much there, Mau. Thank you for the coin, my friend. I do need help with cosplay mold. I'm having trouble with it for another project. Okay, what's going on? How may I be of assistance? What's the issue? Hey, thank you. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. It's this right here. This is the It's the Clear Bond Cos Clay Oven Cure Adhesive. C2, that's right. Anytime you want to attach fresh clay to a surface, like a hardened surface, you use that material. It helps it stick while you're sculpting, but then also when you bake it, it locks it in place. The glue will fully cure when it's baked, just like the clay. Do you bake one side mold first, then the other after? Yes. So you do, let me show you. So if you're doing a 2-part mold, grab one here. So after you sculpt your original, here's our, let's just pretend this is the original here, our torso here. Then you paint it with the C1 separator, let it dry. Then you smush clay on half of it. So you kind of define where that parting line will be. You know, you smush it on half. You get the parting line really tight up against the sculpture, and you using tools, and you get it right where you want it to be. Then you put these little dots, and this is what will create this kind of Lego effect here. So then you bake it. Okay. Now this is baked. We're gonna paint more of this on this side now, and on this edge here. And then we're gonna smush clay on the other side. Okay. And then bake. At that point, you'll take it out and you'll be able to remove both the halves. And there you go. Then you paint the inside of the molds with the C1 separator. Once they dry, you can smush clay into both the halves. I find on something big and complex like this, it's better to just use the half instead of combining it together, and then combine it together later, you know, and sculpt away the seam line. But on the other ones, the smaller ones like the blades and stuff, you just kind of fill in both halves and then you smush them together really tight, and you bake it. That's right. Yeah, this is a molding and casting method you can only do with cast clay. Normal molding and casting, you can use silicone and like a resin and stuff like that. But with cast clay, you're able to do that process with only needing cast clay and this liquid here. So yeah. Now deciding where to put your parting line is, you need to determine, okay, if I pull the two halves straight out from each other, is there any sort of like anything that's gonna grab on, you know, anything that's gonna like hook on to the mold? Those are the things you need to think about. So then you can kind of like fill in areas that will. Do you reapply the separator every time you reuse a mold? I do. Yeah, I do. I've tested it out to like, you know, apply it like every other time, but it's just not worth the risk of, because what will happen is if there's no separator, somehow, like say you demold the last one and it kind of peels away the layer of separator or something with it, you can't see it because it's translucent layer. So the chance of that happening and then you putting another mold together and then it's permanently fused, you know, it's just not worth it. So I paint it in there each time, let it dry, and then yeah, it works out good. I used that method for the duplication of the pieces for these guys here. I use it for all kinds of things, but this is the first project I've done where I've essentially duplicated a majority of the character. Of course, there's a lot of the character that has to be still sculpted. See, I'm working on the other one right here. There's a third one that's almost finished as well. How long to bake it, or? You'll see it because the shininess will go away. The thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. So if you're in a rush, you can use a blow dryer or a heat gun. I use a heat gun to just make it dry faster. You'll find when you apply it, it'll pool up in the deeper areas, and the shallow areas will dry first. So just go back in with a brush and kind of scoop it out of those deeper areas.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our people. March to war.
Anthony Wheeler Art, hello. Hello, hello, hello. We come with a wheelie big raid. Oh my goodness. A wheelie big raid, nice. How you doing, Anthony? Thank you very much for sending your people here. I hope you had a productive evening. What have you been up to? What's new with you? We're just sculpting a dragon wing this evening. Sculpting a dragon project, but working on the wing currently. If anyone's new coming in, my name's cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures. I work on mostly commissioned things from people and companies. So, drawing dragons. Ah. Very good. Well, let me show you guys what we got going on here. Just finish this spot here. Kind of detailing the kind of perimeter of this wing. Let's set that down. Here is the dragon in question. So this piece is not a commissioned piece. It's a project for a free class that I'm making. It's a start to finish tutorial class on how to sculpt this dragon here. The episodes of which happen every Sunday, and the videos are the video playlist is forever saved, so you guys can tune into that and follow along whenever you get the time. But yeah, so that's what we're working on. I got a bunch of other stuff in the works. I have this one on my desk here, so I can show you it. This is another project where I got in the works. This is a Tyranid Hormagaunt from the Warhammer 40k universe. It's a project we're working on for Focus Entertainment. They commissioned us to make this for the launch of the Space Marine 2 game that just came out. And it's a composition of 3 of them. Here is the composition. So I sculpted this piece in a way where I've each segment, like of the leg and the arms and the head and all that stuff, I sculpted one time, and then using something Cosclay can do, I was able to create molds only using the clay, and I duplicated the pieces to make 3 solid characters. Then I laced them all together with the wire armature and posed them into different poses. And now I've gone through and added spikes and sculpted all the in-between areas and the tail and all that stuff. So it's a very experimental method, but it really worked out really well. So that's what we're working on in the morning streams. Hey, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it very much. Okay. Let's get back to work. So I'll finish up this wing perimeter, and then we'll get this in the oven so we can do we'll do another book on the base, I think. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, do it. This project, like I said, this project has been recorded in very descriptive detail on how to follow along. So if and when you're ready to jump back into the saddle. Huh?
Please come.
Come?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, I see what time it is. Okay.
I want to show you something.
You want to show me something? Okay. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Just a second. I'm not a boing. What are you talking about?
For a second, my dad's living with me. Watching.
All right, I've returned. Thank you for waiting. I just had to wish my daughter a good night. It's her bedtime. And she is way too energetic. Always get this burst of energy right before bed. Hey, soldier dude, have a good night, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. Hey, thanks, JFC. My wife produces all the stuff like that. She's a very talented lady with that kind of stuff. She majored in motion design and film, so she knows her way around the camera and the editing and all that stuff. She's also the one in charge of the music playlist. She pretty much does everything that's not clay sculpting. I do that part. Well, the part that I'm touching has already been cured. The part that's sculptable is around the perimeter here. We specialize. You're our target audience. The work and lurk crowd. Being an avid work and lurker myself, I definitely appeal to the work and lurk crowd. So yeah, with this clay, you're able to work in layers. So you're able to do sections and then harden the piece and then add more clay and do other sections. So after I get done with this perimeter here, this outer edge, I'll bake it again, and then I'll do these middle parts in a separate layer. Yeah, you know, I'd say most people that watch aren't necessarily looking to sculpt with clay themselves. Some are. All right. Frost. Hey, Frost. Thank you very much for the raid. Man, you get a lot of raids tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. How was your stream there, Frost? Paint out a little bit of clay glue here. Gotta run. Have a good stream. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. You have a good day. Good night, whatever time it is for you. Only the best. For maximum creative performance. Hey, thanks, Mystic. This is from Skyrim. Oh, yeah. Vitamin-filled meal. Oh, everybody's got their cheat meals, that's for sure. Nothing wrong with that in moderation. Moderation's a necessity. Pretty much everything in life is bad for you unless it's in moderation. That's someone who can ban people in chat. What's up, Corn? Good evening, sir. Let me brush these scales down with alcohol, and then we gotta do what's going on up here and down here. Okay. Take a gander at some reference first. One moment, please. Okay. What, the claw pointing downward instead of upward? Yeah. I agree. Okay, let's get those secured in place and then detailed. Oh, all this. Hey, thanks for sharing my stream with your kids there, KMP. I'm glad they liked what's going on over here. I'll have the desk cam all reset up soon, actually. We're kind of in the process of doing some stream upgrades, so right now this is just a still frame, but this music is from a video game. It is. It is from Unraveled. Unravel? Yeah. From Malaysia. Thanks, Pickle Rick. So it was from Unraveled. Yep, that's correct. The majority of the music we listen to is pretty much all of it is from game soundtracks. How many kids do you have and how old are they, KMP? Is my wife a bigger gamer than me? No. She is a gamer though, but not bigger than I. I sunk many more hours into games than she did. But we both are gamers. She's just as much as a nerd as I am though. "13-year-old daughter and your son just turned 8. Oh, okay, all right. Not older, but not younger either. I mean, still pretty young. She's about to turn 5. April 24th is her birthday. 5 years old. We'll be here before we know it. Speaking of birthday, my wife's birthday's coming up soon too. The 2nd was that? That's on a Sunday. That's this Sunday. Okay. I know, right, KMP? Crazy. Your baby's 9 months old. It goes quick there, Shakor. You always hear everyone say that kind of stuff, but when you really just experience it, I'd say probably around the age of 2 or 3, you're like, wow, it really does. Holy cannoli. It gets even crazier if you go back and you look at photos from just a couple months ago. You're just like, wow, what the heck? I was just telling Anthony Wheeler that my last D&D character was half Minotaur, half mermaid. But he got the human halves of each. So now he's just some dude named Todd. Nice. only in genetics he's half Minotaur, half mermaid. Maybe a little bit hairier. It's because you're like, you're with them all the time, so you don't really see how quick they're growing. And you're just, I think every parent can attest, your life just is so much more busy. And so I think that is part of why the time just goes by really fast too. I can't even, all the, I don't know what the heck I did with all my free time back before having Emma. I need to time travel, just my arm, just my hand, reach through the time and just like give myself a smack on the back of the head. Ah, what the heck? Where'd that come from? Go work, you cretin. You can say no, but I always have to ask, can you do your best Transformer sound? Transformer sound, really? I don't know, I don't think I should. Not sure I should do that one. Trying to think of a Shia LaBeouf quote. Just do it. There you go. Hey, what's up, Moxie? Hey, KMP. Have a good night with the family. Enjoy your biscuits. Always a pleasure to have you here. Have a good evening. Yeah, I sure can. I'll just set this down here. Here's the dragon so far. Oops. Get some of these books. We got more books to do. Yeah, I like those just kind of plate, like one row of those plate scales on that outer edge, just kind of like a little bit of armor. It's not super heavyweight. Yeah, just kind of reminds me of ostrich feet. Next time. No piece is your masterpiece. Thanks, Moxie. Yeah, that's my wife. That's her handiwork. Sarah Didi, how you doing? Every 3 minutes. I think she tries to put like she tries to do like 2 a week. Tries to produce 2 a week if she can. She does the recording and the editing. You notice the footage is from a different angle. So she's sneaking in behind the scenes while I'm working on stream and recording the process, then taking the footage and editing it, posting it, doing all that stuff. She's definitely very good. It gets better every day. I can definitely see it. Primo. Prima. Mr. Greg, good evening, my friend. How you doing? Oh, I am doing just fine. Doing just fine.
Well met, loyal friend. have made a real impact on the realm. Thank you for your contributions.
You've made an impact there, Mr. Greg. Thank you for the 24 months of support. You're officially stuck here forever. 24 months is the bake time for the spell to go off, and then you're just pretty much stuck here forever. So glad to have you on board. Ground Basilisk Fang. You had your chance to leave, and now you're stuck. Settle in, my friend. In the darkness of uncertainty, hold fast to the light of your own inner compass. It will guide you through the shadows. There you go. Check it out. We had some huge success with our duplicated Tyrannid method here. I don't know if you're seen this project at all, but created this whole guy using the C1 separator cosplay method to make 3. So instead of sculpting all 3, I just sculpted. Yeah, let me show you. I sculpted each section of the Tyrannid as like an individual sculpture, and then used the C1 separator to create a cosplay mold. And so I molded and casted the parts. So I didn't even sculpt a whole character actually, because the forearms, I made them symmetrical. So I only did the forearm one time, and various parts I only had to do one time, like the feet. So, and then I duplicated the pieces, and then I strung them all together here onto this armature, and then posed each one how I wanted it to be. And then I take that and I work through it. And go and sculpt all the in-between areas and add like the teeth and the tongue and some spikes, things that wouldn't do very well in the molding. The tail had all be done original. Yeah, so we'll end up with 3 of these guys in a fraction of the time it would take to sculpt them. Actually, probably in the time it would take to make one fully, with no duplication, I'm gonna end up with 3. I think we're on day 30, so probably 35 days. It's like 10 days per one. That's pretty good. Yes, there's much to explore. Great new method, yeah. I'll show you kind of what the...
Hail, noble ally. Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Zester Jester. 127 months. See, I told you, Greg. That's your future right there. What happens? Zester Jester didn't leave after 24 months, and look at him now. I appreciate it, Zester Jester. Thank you so much for your never-ending continuation of support. I appreciate that very much. Nail slime for you. Oh. Okay, this one needs a little stuck. Oh, there we go. The choices you make will shape the course of your life. Choose wisely, and you shall reap the rewards. Good or bad. You reap what you sow. So I actually I have a bunch of extra pieces because I was initially planning on making like 8 of these. So I ended up producing more parts. So here's let me show you kind of what the molds ended up looking like. Here's the forearm right here. Here's a 2-part mold, all made out of cast clay. And so you paint in the separator, you fill the mold, you smush it together. And I actually added armature wire too. It worked out great. That's the end result right there. One forearm. Whatever shall I do with all these spare Tyranid pieces? Maybe I should make like just a Tyranid monstrosity, like a Hecatoncles or whatever it's called, but Tyranid version. Just like a bunch of massive heads and body parts all merged together. Need a labeling and organization system. Sounds too fancy for me, Greg. My labeling and organization system is various little boxes with no labels. All different shapes and sizes. I forget where everything is. Keep all the molds organized, yeah. I'll probably throw it in a box and label it Tyranids. $70 for 5 small pieces of plastic. Yeah, it's pretty rough. It's really $70 for 5 though. I remember back in the day, I would spend like $30 for a whole set of like Tyranids. But that was a long time ago. Let's brush these down here. Some alcohol. Yeah. D&D is fun, especially if you have a good group. Well, just a group, I would say. That can be the hardest part, is finding a group that you can play with that's, people that are all committed to being there every week. How did you discover this talent? Well, all I did was I just picked up some clay, and then I sculpted the clay for 10,000 hours plus, and then poop, like right at the bottom of the pile of clay after the 10,000 hours, there was just this magic, glowing, shiny orb of talent. And then boom, just like that. I think it's like a 0.003% chance to drop, so I bet some people find it much faster than I did. No, I was pretty passionate about artwork in general from a young age, and I just was always involved in practicing the arts. And then in my adult years, I started pursuing sculpture as a side hustle, trying to make some extra money. And yeah, just through lots of practice and the pursuit of my interests, the talent grew. The skill. Okay, I forgot. Got this one here. Do you think it's possible to have this talent with fewer hours? I'm in a hurry. I think you can start making work that you can be proud of today, See, I didn't learn from other people so much. And that is one way, that's the way to really accelerate your learning, is to try to absorb the things that others are teaching, For example, you could go watch one of my tutorial videos and save yourself a bunch of time trying to figure out the basics of starting a sculpture, and avoid quite a few mistakes. And if you go at it with like, I'm gonna reinvent the wheel mentality, it's gonna take you a long time. But at the end of the day, there's always gonna be a time investment required. Like there's no way around it. Yeah, exactly. I definitely think if you do my classes, or anyone else's, I think the best way to learn is to have somebody that knows something better than you be doing something, and you following along as best you can. That's going to be hands down all the big kind of skill ups I saw throughout my years. I saw huge leaps happen whenever I would find like a tutorial or something to follow, and I follow along myself. Because what you're doing is you're skipping. So let's say I started sculpting today without learning from somebody else. You're going to make so many like newbie mistakes at the beginning that could be like, for example, with building like an armature. You'll probably start not building an armature at all. It might take you like a half a year of sculpting before you figure out that you need to build an armature. And then another half a year to 2 years to figure out how to make a good armature, you know? So like you can skip all of that by just going to like seeing how I build an armature and just doing what I do, because it, you know, it's a proven method that works that anyone could do. You just got to see it be done and apply it. So I can't tell you how many how many times in my career have I done things the hard way for like years, and then one day the light bulb turns on and I decide to do it a different way, and it's like completely changes the way it all works, you know. It's just... So by me telling you those things, you can skip the years of doing it the wrong way part. So, or the hard way. I shouldn't say the wrong way, the hard way. All right. Well, that wing is good to be baked. Get that tossed in the oven. Actually, we'll just set it to the side and we'll get this next book started here. Like using hemostats to hold things. Look at that. Ta-da. There's a golden nugget tip right there. Now, there's certain things that are just going to take raw time to do, like the ability to grab the right amount of clay, you know? You're going to grab too much, and then you're going to go and you're going to grab too little, and then you're going to go and grab too much again. and you're going to struggle with that at the beginning for a while before you start to hone that skill of grabbing the right amount that you need for whatever task you're doing. You know, there's all these little processes that just are going to require your hands-on experience. But there's a lot of things you can skip, a lot of hard lessons you can skip just by following along. Oh, very good. That's true. Yep, doing something in front of... I mean, that's how it started for me too, King. I started streaming very early in my art career, and it definitely helped to push me because, you know, viewers will point things out that are off or wrong. Not all the time, but... And you tend to, when you know people are watching, work better, you know, putting your best foot forward. So that's helpful. Pressure. Okay, so we need to start this next book here. I had this one all. I do this. Oh, thank you. Nicolas Cage. book goes like that. I'm gonna move this wing a little further away so I don't accidentally bump it. By the way, if anyone's interested, this dragon is for a class I'm teaching, so it's not commissioned. And if anyone's interested in adopting this piece, taking it home for yourself, feel free to reach out, shoot me an email, let me know you're interested, and we can talk turkey. And you can choose the color scheme if you do, in fact, scoop it up before I get to the painting phase. There's going to be probably, I don't know, 3 more books on the base. And of course, has wings. Probably add another set of horns here. Maybe a little beard horn. What's he grabbing for? Well, that's for the viewer to decide. I wanted to create this scene like he's just this young dragon that's snooping around in the wizard's workshop, getting into things that he shouldn't be. So when you have the piece on display in your home, you can have it grabbing for whatever other objects are around, you know. Looking for pets. Maybe there's a dragon treat jar on the top shelf of the wizard's library. Like my cats. Yeah, that's the kind of the idea. Kind of like how cats are. Climbing around, all, knocking things over. Let's use some foil here. Okay. Less destructive than cats. Cats are pretty destructive. Hey, sounds good, Greg. Okay, creating an armature for a book here. All right. Now, pasta machine. Maybe you can make a book next to the dog bed or something. Random background prop. Okay. Let's add clay glue. Get our base coat on here. Right. Now, put some clay glue down here. I'll stick it in place. Just like that, a book is born. The beginnings of one, anyways. Now let's use this tool here. Start getting this flattened out here. Actually, you know what? We'll use this one. Hey, Lori, thanks a lot. Thanks for popping in. Have a good evening. You know what? Let's go ahead and leave that there. We'll pick this back up tomorrow night. Oh wait, tomorrow there is no evening stream tomorrow. So Thursday night. I'll go ahead and get that wing in the oven. We can lock that in. That's really the brunt of the work left to do. Is we're gonna have to sculpt the other wing. The wings for sure. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I will be departing and getting some much needed rest. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8 a.m. And tomorrow is a longer day stream because there's no night stream. So tune in. We'll be getting lots of work done on the Tyranids. We'll get the second one finished and probably get a big chunk done on the third one, and possibly even start the base. I could see starting the base. So let's find someone to raid, and I'm gonna be getting out of here. Hey, thank you, King. Thanks for joining me. A lot of you folks came in from the raids, and I appreciate that. Make sure you follow if you want to come back. I do stream often. A breath of fresh air. All right, that's what I like to hear. Let's go raid Census Taker. They're doing a watercolor, D&D watercolor commission. Looks really cool. Good night, Sapphire. Good night, Puddin'. All right. Till next time, my friends. Bye-bye.